had over the weekend. We have some serious water issues we have to contend with. We got a 20-acre farm that we're going to have to do some serious drainage work on to get it planted. So we've got our 270-5 Hitachi with our 10-foot ditch bucket on it. We're going to take it, we're going to take Little Dick with his 4-foot ditch bucket, and we're going to clean and construct some new ditches and see if we can't get the water drained. This 20 acres has been a thorn in our side for the past 4 years, and it's time to change that. So we're going to go change that today. Today is the day that 20 acres gets drained. So we're going to go down and we're going to dig a ditch across the farm, and we're going to leave it an open ditch for now, and we're going to tile. We're probably going to run some tile into it, and we're going to drain that 20 acres. So welcome back to another episode of Dirt, Grain, and Steel. You're going to see us drain some water today. So I'm going to get this hoe ready, going to get Little Dick ready, and we're going to head out and go drain some water. Dad's strength's all excited. We're going to go drain some water. So then we're going to see if we can whip this farm back into shape. The direction I wanted to go with the ditch would require a lot of tree clearing. So we've came up with another plan, and we're going to head another direction. It won't take so much tree clearing, and it should allow us to get a good open ditch done by dark tonight. So we're going to see how far we can get. So I'm going to get some fuel here in the hoe, check the hydraulic oil in it, and go see what we can get done today. We got down to our project. I'm going to take the 270 and go start digging the new ditch. Dad's strength is starting to clean that ditch with Little Dick. So we're going to see how this turns out. I'm going to reshape this one a little bit first. We dug that one new last year, and it's washed in a little bit because it's through such a sand hill. So I'm going to go shape that and go start a new one. There we go. I got the water flowing again. Culvert's not covered up anymore. It's just kind of hard to maintain a ditch through a sand hill, especially when the grass won't start growing and stuff. But hopefully we're going to spread some rye on this and see if maybe by next year we can get some grass growing on it a little better, do something with it. So, okay, on to digging the new ditch. Well, Dad came and decided that we want to take the edge of the field back, the trees. So I'm going to go get the 200 with the bucket and thumb on it and clear the trees ahead of him digging the new ditch. That way we keep it tight right up along the long row of big trees that are already, must have been an established fence row years ago. So I'm going to go get the 200 that's set up for the brush and get back here and get these trees and brush taken out, and that way Dad will be able to have smooth sailing the digging, and it'll look a whole lot nicer. I agree with him on that, and we won't lose the farm ground that we already farm. So anyways, I'm gonna go get that hoe, and I'm gonna get back here and get to work. Well, we're gonna pick the 200 up now, take it back. We were gonna put this pipe in today, but since we got all that rain, and this ditch handles a lot of water that comes out of Marshall County, there is no putting this pipe in today. This ditch came up about 2 foot over the weekend. I'll show you. It's raging through here, and it's just so much water coming through that we really need to wait till that water goes down I mean, there's just no good way of properly getting our grade set and all that with all this water. So we're going to hold off on this for about a week, let that water go down. As long as we don't get any more rain, we'll be in good shape. So we'll load old Japanese muscle up here and head back and take some trees out, I guess. Yeah, try to salvage some of this day. So see what we can go get done on that project, get that ditch done. So I'll get her loaded up and get out of here. I got the 200 moved here, and looks like Dad's already gotten handy with the smooth edge bucket. He cleared some of the trees already, but this gives you an idea what we're doing here. Them dark track marks are the actual original field line, and we're going to take the trees back to those big trees right there, and then we're going to put the ditch about right in this track mark right here. Will be about the bottom of the ditch. So there'll be a ditch straight along this tree line now, or woods, that'll head back to the back 20 acres that we always have a water problem with. I got back and Dad's strength called me and told me not to move the 270 because Dad blew a small pilot control hose, which is no big deal. It's just something we deal with, these higher hour machines. The pilot control hoses don't last. They're good for about 10,000 hours, and then you start having issues with them. So I've actually got a bunch of them back at the shop, brand new, that when we have issues, we just go back, we grab one and put it on. I ordered them all for it at one time. So, and I've been through the 200 already, changed all them. So I'm going to get started taking some trees out. I'm going to track down to where Dad left off, and I'm going to start from there and head on back and see if I can't make it to the back of the property by tonight, or by dark, or I don't know if we're working till dark, but we're going to see how far we can get before Dad says it's time to go home. So I let him be the judge of when we go home, because if I say we go home too early, he'll get upset. So I work until he taps out, let's just put it that way, and then he can't say anything to me. No, actually, when it rains like this, we quit early for the day because it gives us a break. So we've been hitting it pretty hard planting and stuff, so we deserve to go home early some nights. So I'm gonna get started taking some of these trees out and see how far I can get today. The water is actually boiling out of the ground where I just took a tree out. It's pretty wet out here. It's kind of crazy. So we're getting these trees cleared now. It's definitely wet. Get some of these branches out of the field. We're just piling them over to the side for now to get them out of the way. Eventually we're going to clear this whole woods off. So just throwing them off to the side for now. That way we don't have to contend with them right now at the moment. And plus they'll be good habitat for foxes and squirrels and rabbits and stuff like that. We got the hose back on the 270. Dad started digging the ditch now. All this work to plant some beans. That's what it all boils down to. Just to plant 100 acres of soybeans. But right there, that big water spot right here, that is a big tile, a big old clay tile that I dug up. It was in the root ball of a tree. So that right there tells me that the 35 acre field on the other side of this woods that tells me that the tile coming out of that 35-acre wood or field comes through this little patch of woods and ends up to the ditch to the east of us. So I'm thinking that tile line is plugged up, because as soon as I broke through it, it boiled in that hole. I mean, it went crazy. I mean, it just filled that hole instantly with water. So that tells me that that tile's broke down out here in the field somewhere. Which the thing is these tiles out here are only like maybe 16 inches deep at the most. So it wouldn't surprise me if that tile line's broke down out in the field, and it's got all that pressure from that 35 acres over there pushing on that tile, and that's why it filled that hole so quick. And it's still filling that hole as we speak. I mean, it's still coming in that hole. So that could be a lot of our issues in the 35-acre field, why we can't get over it. It's just so wet. So we're going to keep clearing these trees and get that ditch dug. I can't wait to get that ditch up to that tile just to see how much water that ditch or that tile flows out, because I know it's going to be pretty impressive. There'll be a lot of water in there. Kind of trying a different angle with the camera right now. I've got it on my cab door side, and I think you can see the bucket a lot better than having it on my window side of the cab. These trees have come out a little easier than what this is, but they're actually putting up a fight. We got two of them. Oh yeah, we got two of them. I should have put the grapples on. I'd much rather clear with the grapples than I would a bucket. The bucket don't pinch as tight, so I can't. I gotta think about things when I grab it. Got a fun fact for you. I didn't know that our teeth were held in with ligaments, like ligaments hold our muscles to our bones. Your periodontal ligament holds your tooth to your jawbone, and you can actually sprain that ligament like spraining your ankle. And that's why when you bite down on something hard and your tooth hurts for a long time, it's because of that periodontal ligament. It's called your PDL. And your PDL, it's spongy. So our teeth actually flex a little bit when we chew on them, which I didn't know that. I thought it was connected straight to your jawbone. That's a fun little fact for today. Learn something new every day, I guess. Not that I'm an expert on dental work. I've had my share of dental work, that's for sure. That's why I don't really like the dentist. It all depends on what dentist you go to. I did finally find a dentist that I really enjoy going to. I go to the Bedell Dental Clinic here in Knox. Oh my gosh. Absolutely amazing. Helped me get over my fear of the dentist. It was great. So anyways, I'm going to keep clearing these trees. I know this is probably boring if you watch me over and over and over pluck trees. So I'm going to keep ripping and stacking and pushing this stuff back to get it where I want it. Make it look nice. But I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see Dad down there barely. He's just leaving the ditch right now, getting started. This ditch will probably end up about 5 foot deep. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep clearing, and when he gets up to that tile, I'll get a video of digging past that tile so we can see how much water comes out of it. So, anyways, thanks for watching so far. If you are enjoying this, make sure you like and subscribe so you can catch more of my videos. I greatly appreciate it. So, and I know a lot of people are enjoying them. My viewers that do watch, they they've actually made it a thing almost every night to watch my videos as a way to relax. So in a world of American Idol and Chicago Fire and all that, I actually rate with people watching me at night. So it's pretty cool. So anyways, I'm gonna keep clearing. That's definitely a broken tile line right there. So we're gonna see Dad's digging up here. So we're just kind of making a trench right now. And then we'll go back and actually dig the ditch. But we're trying to get rid of some water first. I can't wait to see what's down there. That's got to be a good sized tile. Because when I pulled the stump out, it popped a piece of clay tile up. It was a good sized piece, so it's got to be a good sized tile. It's going to be interesting to see what we find. If this does come from the 35-acre field over there, this will solve our problem. And this problem here. Because this is all being fed by this being broke down. We're about to see what's down there. There it is. Yeah. There's some water coming out of it. A lot of water coming out. I'm gonna get down there and break them out. Well, Dad's gonna do it, I guess. I'll let him do it. I don't want to get my feet wet, I guess. Oh yeah. Yep. It's probably plugged up out in the field. So I'm gonna get a closer inspection. I always wondered how they done T's and Y's on clay tile. They just bust a hole in the side and butt it up against there. It's kind of interesting. There's another one that runs this way. Well, since this excitement of finding that tile line's over with, I'm gonna go back to clearing trees now and go see if I can find another one. That little grove of trees over there, they call that Gilligan's Island. Supposedly there's another broken down tile in there. So I'm gonna get up to there and see if I can find that one. And if I can find that one, we will tie it into this ditch too and get it draining easier than what it is. But that one that we just found will definitely help our problems. So I'm gonna keep clearing these trees and see what I can find. We're cleaning this little shovel ditch out, and as you can see, my track mark, I'm running my my right side track when I'm swung the other way, or no, my left side track. I'm running it right down that old shovel ditch. So as you can see, you can kind of see the ditch kind of coming back to life through there. It's not much right now, but when Dad comes through, we're going to put about 2 foot of depth on it, so it'll actually be a pretty good sized ditch by the time we're done. So I'm just following it along here. It goes right along this hill, which many people don't understand, that a lot of water comes out of hills, and it causes a lot of wet spots in fields. That's why a lot of times when we tile, we'll tile right along the base of a big hill. And if you can catch that water coming out of that hill, you can keep it from going down in low spots causing a problem. And a lot of hills, they have springs in them. Don't ask me how that works. I don't really understand how a sand hill could have a spring in it and actually be higher than the ground outside of the hill. It don't make any sense to me, but I've seen it. Kind of strange. It's how that water boils up in that hill and doesn't come on the low spot first. It's just strange. It's really weird. So I believe that little shovel ditch has ended right here. They got up to this hump, but we're going to continue on with it because we got the equipment to do it. They were probably doing it with hand shovels when they done it because it looks like it was done maybe 50 years ago. So with our big orange power shovels that we have, nothing gets in our way. We drain water through a mountain if we wanted to. Just a lot of little stuff. I'm taking dirt and all and just dumping it over to the side. It'll rot. Just crap anyways. So I got a big dead tree here we're going to do something with. I think I'm just going to push him over because he's not safe anyways. Big dead tree. And that's another problem out here, is it's been wet for so long that it's actually killing the big trees off because they can't survive in all the water. There's too much water around their roots. So by doing this, we're going to save more trees than we're harming in the process of doing this. Like I said, I'm just stacking this stuff off to the side because we are going to do something with it later. But as of right now, we need to get it out of our way. We'll make a nice habitat for rabbits and squirrels. A lot of this, it's been wet for so long that the trees that have grown, the roots are real shallow, and it's just like a mat of roots on top of the ground. So that's why you see me taking so much dirt. Sassafras. Poke that up there. Garbage tree. This stuff worked back. There we go, that's nice. I'm gonna make a new home for this big tree up here. Let's see if I can carry it. Might be too wet for me to carry. Get the stump splitter on Little Dick so I can split these stumps up. Oh yeah, that's a big tree. It was dragging. Come on, bite it. There it goes. Really soft out here. I don't have very good. Oh, that was bad. It's just wet and slick and nasty. Even that tree's slick. There we go. Now we got her. Get that stump worked up on that hump. Oh yeah. Getting her now. Oh yeah, perfect. Out of the way. Nice. Now we can stay up there. Okay. I don't even have dry dirt to fill the hole in. It's so wet out here that we can't really get the proper tools out here to rake up the brush. I mean, there's no way the big loader's going to go out here. The Bobcat, it'd be a nightmare with it. So we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait till a lot of this dries out to put the final touches on it. I know you're probably saying, oh, you're making a mess, you're making a mess. Well, you kind of got no choice at this point. It's like Dad said, this project's going to look like shit hitting the fan, but got no choice. And there are projects where you just don't have a choice. You've got to get in there, and it's a disaster before it gets better. I've had projects that you look at them and you're like, oh, what did I do? I've got such a mess. And then everything dries out. You can get over it with the dozer and the rakes and rake it. You look back after it's all planted, and you're like, man, I thought that was going to be a disaster forever. But no, it always gets worse before it gets better, that's for sure. This is dedication to farming, when you're willing to do this kind of work just to get 20 acres. Well, a total of 20, let's see. Well, we're gaining about 60 acres by clearing this and digging this ditch. So that's dedication right there. Especially with a farm economy the way it is. Get out of my thumb. There we go. We'll get her cleaned up. We'll make her nice again. A couple weeks, this will look like this never even happened. You know, we could have sat back in our lazy boys and waited for this farm to dry out, but that's just not us. If we think we can improve something, we get the equipment out and we go do it. Looks like once we get on the other side of that path, it's not as nasty a brush. There we go. That'll work. Cab guard right there. Came out of nowhere. that's the thing. You know, I see several guys clearing trees without a cab guard, and trust me, it's not a good idea. You should always have a cab guard when you're doing this kind of work. If you're doing pipe work and stuff, you don't need a cab guard, but if you're doing this kind of work, you should have one. Safety first. You just don't know what is going to happen. You never know when a big dead tree top's going to fall off the top of the tree. And these cabs on these excavators aren't really meant to take a blow like that. So that's why my cab guard goes all the way over the top. Well, it's day 2 on this ditch project. I'm making my morning commute to my hoe. Have to walk in through the woods, come in through the 35-acre field because that's the only field that's got a good firm path to get partway back to where we're working. Oh, I see my hoe right up over the hill. When Dad and I walked out last night, it was dark, so couldn't really see where we were at. So just kind of knew where we needed to go. So I'm going to get my hoe and I'm going to continue on taking trees out and see if we can't knock this out today, which we should be able to. We are 3/4 of the way done, so it shouldn't take too much longer. So I'm going to get my hoe and go take some trees out. We got water moving now. A lot of water. I have to set us up a pump at the road and try to pump it into the ditch along the road to get rid of it. So been thinking about that. The problem is the ditch that drains this farm runs through the DNR's property through the state park. And they really don't want to maintain their ditch because they want it to be natural. Well, that kind of holds our water back, so if we want to get rid of water, we have to force it on them. So it's kind of why we have trouble getting rid of water on this farm. But we'll see how this does just naturally drain, and if we have to, we'll dam the ditch up and pump it. A couple days of pumping will make a huge difference. Just by digging around there, we've already lowered the water in this hole like 4 inches. So we are gaining. But I think what we're going to do is leave all this for a couple days, let it catch up draining, and see what we've got. We still got pretty good sized puddles out there. We'll have to bring a little dick and trench out there. Do a new ditch over here. So it's gonna work, it's just gonna be a slow drain. So there's just not a whole lot of fall. There is fall, but not a whole lot, so less fall, the slower the water runs. So, but this will definitely help. It'll give the water somewhere to go. It's raining again, just what we need, more rain. So anyways, I think I'm going to end this episode Dirt Green Steel right here. Because now it's just a waiting game on the water to go down. But anyways, if you like this episode, give me a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one.